What if I told you that almost everything you believe about willpower is wrong? We're about to dig into a really powerful idea that could completely flip how you think about your goals and, honestly, just might set you free from the myth of trying harder. So let's just start with a kind of provocative question. Think about those super disciplined people you know. What if they aren't stronger or more motivated than you? What if they're just playing a completely different game? Oh, you know this feeling. We all do. You wake up, it's 7 a.m., and you are just full of this amazing potential. You tell yourself, okay, today is the day, for real. I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna crush that big project, and I'm gonna stay off my phone. The intention is perfect. But then, the day happens, and by 5 p.m., you're just exhausted, melted into the couch, eating something you swore you wouldn't, and just endlessly scrolling. And that little voice pops into your head, right? What is wrong with me? Why am I so weak? Well, the answer isn't that you're weak. It's that you've been taught to misunderstand how your own brain works. And thankfully, science has a name for this whole phenomenon. It's called ego depletion. The theory is pretty simple. Our self-control isn't infinite. It's a limited resource that just gets used up as we go about our day. So we're all told this story, right? The myth is that willpower is a muscle. Just gotta push harder, grind it out. But the reality, according to the science, is that willpower isn't a muscle at all. It's much, much more like a battery. And every single day, that battery gets drained. And think about all the little ways this battery gets drained. Every single decision you make costs you something. Forcing a smile for that coworker you can't stand? Zap. Resisting that donut in the break room? Zap. Just sitting in traffic, stressing about bills? By the time you finally get home, your willpower battery is blinking on 1%. And this is why trying to be productive in the evening feels like you're trying to run a marathon on a broken ankle. You're not lazy, you're just experiencing some serious decision fatigue. You're basically asking your brain to perform at its peak when it has absolutely nothing left in the tank. So, if our willpower battery is just so unreliable, what's the alternative? Well, this brings us to the secret weapon of all those highly disciplined people. Turns out, they don't rely on a faulty battery. They use a completely different system, one that's way, way smarter. And here it is. This is the big secret, the real light bulb moment. If you look closely at people who seem to have perfect self-control, you'll see they almost never actually have to use it. They get it. They understand that willpower is a trap. So instead of constantly fighting temptation, they use the strategy called environmental architecture. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's simply the idea of designing your world, your physical spaces and your digital spaces, so that good habits are easy and bad habits are, well, basically impossible. Let's make this really concrete. The old way is using all your willpower to resist the junk food in your kitchen. The new way? Just don't have junk food in your house. Simple. The old way is forcing yourself out of a warm bed for a 5 a.m. workout. The new way? Put your alarm clock across the room so you physically have to stand up. You're not fighting the temptation, you're just designing it out of your reality. Now, this isn't just about being more effective. It goes deeper. Because that old way of just relying on willpower, it can actually be psychologically damaging. It's a vicious cycle that sets you up to fail, and that takes a huge toll. I mean, think about it. When you rely on trying harder, you're deliberately walking into an environment that's designed to make you fail. Then, when your totally exhausted brain eventually gives in, and it will, you blame yourself. It's this toxic loop of trying, failing, and self-criticism. It's a fast track to burnout. This is so important to understand. If this sounds like your life, please listen to me. You are not lazy. You are not a procrastinator. You are not a failure. You have just been trying to operate with a broken system. The problem isn't your character, it's always been your strategy. So what is willpower good for then? Well, it's an emergency tool. It's for survival situations. It's for that adrenaline rush you need to sprint away from danger. It is absolutely not meant to be the fuel you use to get through a normal Tuesday. Okay, so how do we actually make this shift? How do we build this new, much smarter, strategic approach? It's really time to stop trying to be strong and instead start being strategic. Here's your new strategy. It's a simple 3-step framework. First, you make your good habits ridiculously easy to start. Second, you make your bad habits incredibly difficult and annoying to do. And third, this is the most important one. You stop attacking yourself and you start attacking your environment. Here's a brilliant, simple example of making a good habit easy. Let's say you want to read more instead of scrolling on your phone before bed. Just put the book on your pillow. That's it. When you get into bed, the book is literally in your way. You've made reading the path of least resistance. And here's how you make a bad habit hard. You want to spend less time on social media? Don't just try to resist opening the app. Delete it. On Monday morning, just delete it. By creating that tiny bit of friction, having to go to the App Store, download it again, log back in, you give your logical brain a chance to ask, do I really need to do this right now? And this really gets to the heart of it all. True discipline isn't about strength and struggle and white-knuckling your way through life. It's about smart design. It's about architecting a reality for yourself where the right choice is also the easiest choice. So the question you should ask yourself is no longer, how can I be stronger, but what can I change in my environment? So I'll leave you with this. What's the one temptation, the one piece of friction you can remove from your reality today to make your life just a little more effortless tomorrow?